wow. Charlie, football is just something like sometimes the things that happen in football, and my kind of several times you can talk about tactics, you can talk about all the other aspects of football. Football ain't just about one thing. There are a lot of things that come together to make a team win or lose a football match. And see, maybe Liverpool do maybe a league in the moment. Maybe teams should just accept that Liverpool are better than Obia in the league. And I was saying something in the lead up to the game Liverpool and Manchester United, they started boy about how Arne Slot is managing the team. And one of the things that I kept on talking about is the fact that Arne Slot is just doing things the simple way, the right way. Like on hand over elaborating and wasting too much energy on certain things. Just simplicity and allow the Liverpool players to shine. Just simplicity. And see, the game has ended. We should born a Liverpool boy. The starting lineup, the risk reward in the game. And of course, one thing that we don't always talk about, which is intensity of matches, you would understand how good Liverpool for here. You would understand how much of a top team Liverpool here. Because at the end of the day, Liverpool just know how to play matches like this. Share time at Manchester United for share goal. And look at how Liverpool were able to manage the intensity of the game. They are playing at home at Anfield. Almost born in that regard. They are down to an arch rival in Manchester United. Then the in-game management. Look at how they harness the intensity of the match to turn the game around. And for me, the brilliance of Arne Slot is in simplicity. Arne Slot, in the brilliance, in how simplistic he wants to do. And we share how the system right here. We start first up. See, so we first to this channel, Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So you Liverpool, you Man United, you Arsenal, you Chelsea, you're more the best in terms of football analysis, tactical analysis, of the field analysis, every analysis that you want. You get the best only from here. Into whatever club you support, to make sure you subscribe to the channel, not turn your notification, make sure say notification turn on, we choose you all anytime. There is content here, we are not choosing all. You will be notified when I enjoy our content because almost every time all of the clubs analysis it will maybe. Now you didn't come up about Liverpool. And of course, Manchester United and how the game did pan out. All of the story that went on with it, Manchester United, Liverpool before starting game, how the game flipped. United first goal, Liverpool, all of those things that came with it. That's exactly what you didn't come out has here. Of course, by the 79th minute, Manchester United take and money 2-2. I don't think that anybody thought Manchester United grab it me at that point in time, around the 80th minute at that point in time. But what happened? How did the game pan out? What really happened between Liverpool, any team of friend Manchester United? How did the game start around? So essentially, Liverpool were going to this game knowing they need to try and get all the points that's possible for them to get. And all the points in the sense that Arsenal drop a point, Chelsea are dropping points, Nottingham Forest not close to them, Manchester United, Manchester City are coming. See, I say Arne Slot beat me at the league. Then it's in such matches be saying. And Arne Slot is starting winning, now or imposing himself in the matches. Sending over to me winning some match, And it was a big thing. It was a huge conversation on the match. Now, Arne Slot went into this game exactly like how we have seen him play in games, and it's simple. Alisson Becker, I will post him. Virgil van Dijk, Ibu Konate, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson in the middle of the park played Ryan Gravenberch. I will think for them. Added a branch of friend Alexis McAllister. Then he made a change. One ball Darwin Nunez to start the game. He played Luis Diaz centrally, Cody Gakpo, and a branch of friend Mohamed Salah. So essentially, he wanted that pressure, aggression from Luis Diaz that will pull Manchester United out of their blocks. That will force Manchester United for them to get out of their blocks. So maybe the game will open up for them. Not only to be out of the game. It's something that's a branch of friend Arne Slot epic. Now, when the game started, all of us, the conversation will be a bizarre and say, who's your Manchester United? United born or bottom, or ball with a 3-back. In the last few games before, say, a branch of friend, Ruud van Nistelrooy take you, Amori Babe take you, Jumano. What Ruud van Nistelrooy did was to play in a 4-2-3-1. And so 4-2-3-1, United didn't lose any game at that point in time. It helped them. How was it going to look like where Manchester United almost a Sunday because Newcastle are shown that 12th position What is the Rex reward for Manchester United? Should they go full throttle and go and win the game? The first thing I said, and I tweeted it on Twitter, and I said, "Say team be we are seeing. I will bet me how Manchester or bet me how Liverpool like Manchester United." And I said that off the back of the shape of Manchester United. Now, what's the shape? United the ball with the back three. Say wing backs in the count my back five. And then me can say team or Manchester or Liverpool. I mean, sister, I didn't about Liverpool pan say they build through the wide channels constantly. Ominya ball and goes wide, Ominya ball and goes wide, Ominya ball and wide areas. On ball, they create their best chances for. And a rest reward, essentially that is football. Or Nyabon if you want to build up with the two center backs to open up and build from the back, and then push Trent Alexander-Arnold, any Andy Robertson up and high. Senegal are going to pay opponents the fullbacks in the back or wingers in the back, then they can dominate the ball. It's something that's on Opesoye. But also the other side of it, the right side of it, they say Manchester United are playing with Diogo Dalot and Nazari, who are wing backs. The problem is that although these guys are playing at wing backs throughout their career, these two players have played consistently as fullbacks at best. Now Nazari is probably the most attacking of the two wing backs near Bono, and naturally adding. I always make reference to the fact that Soche team meets Internazionale Milana, Dumfries and DiMarco. Constantly they get on their bikes anytime the DMs ping the ball and they turn it over. Now the only thing is that Diogo Dalot any natural wing back. Does he have the heart? Does he have the fitness to go up and down the touchline? And it may be difficult. And I think that's what I'm beginning to accept. Say Diogo Dalot doesn't have it. When Amad Diallo was there, constantly he was doing it. And in Manchester United started well, no Liverpool born on so, but in fact they got good chances. Rasmus Holland, any better friend Amad Diallo were in the channels to try and hit Liverpool for on the turnover consistently. Of course, I would say Ibu Kunati, a top center back there. Then we are going to constantly run a team. We are going to constantly get into the channel. We are going to constantly pull him in to come and defend in the wide areas. Then that's most likely going to leave out spaces for the other attackers to come and hit you. And constantly, Manchester United got something out of the game, especially in the first half. And your ball, first half, maybe now ball, game, 0-0 in the first half. So second half now. United could feel that the game was opening up. And like we said, the opening between Trent Alexander-Arnold and then the outside center back on the right hand side opened up that space. Of course, Leandro Martinez had defended deeper, carried the ball forward, and continues on around. Once he continued around, the space was open. And what a strike from the Argentine Leandro Martinez. Omeki Bono at that point in time, 1-0 to team of friend Manchester United. Now, this is where I talk about the intensity of games. We will talk about tactics. You may come off 4-3-3. It's all nice and good. But really, certain things like intensity of stadia, any games, any animal, are very important in the grand scheme of things when you are discussing football and how games do pan out. And it was clear that immediately Manchester United got a goal. Liverpool, the game had opened up. The intensity was there. And but three back now defending the pass at time we find it harder to get clear cut chances there. Then we'll force you to come. We'll try and get the spaces. The space will fall to us. That is where our attackers will rotate consistently. Before Cody Gakpo go Liverpool were thinking of substituting him and bringing in Diogo Jota and it down Nunez. Then the ball forced to Cody Gakpo on the far right left hand side. Then cuts in onto his right foot. I think that's the quality of Diogo Jota. Sometimes when you go to the byline, it isn't always that time now. Person oh boss shots now cut. No. In times like that, sometimes you want to cut back. Person they want to ball into your favorite foot. That's why sometimes coaches don't play the orthodox wingers these days. They want to play the unorthodox ones to cut back and go in there. Of course, that was an excellent goal assisted by Brandt friend Alexis McAllister. And throughout the game in the first half, we were constantly talking about the fact that how do Manchester United, how do Liverpool net picks our space between the wing back and then outside centre back now? They did it by exploiting the intensity of the game. Intensity forced United out to come and press, come and play the ball, and then we just space was between them. And of course, Abrantia, your friend Cody Gakpo got a job done. Then later on, a very bad, clumsy ball Abrantia friend delect inside our boxing, and then Mohamed Salah in your penalty in that regard. So at that point in time, Liverpool were cruising 2-1, and Manchester United, Liverpool 4, in your penalty at that point in time. Then, of course, Ruben Amorim knew said the game was going to get difficult. Or Anfield, where they catch your first goal. Liverpool attached 2-1. Intensity ni pija. Liverpool fans no money. Then he brought on Alejandro Garnacho to come and try to control the game. And that meant that Diogo Dalot was supposed to take more risks after pushing there and get a job done. Honestly, Diogo Dalot come a game no a year 2-2. I mean, if you look at the general game sense in itself, how the game pan out, the Rex reward for Manchester United, I think that Manchester United, like I did say, really had exactly what it takes to hit Liverpool for. They knew exactly what makes Liverpool for. They knew say Upe team upset Liverpool. It can be Manchester United. And then once the game was 2-2, it looked like that. It looked like say Liverpool, Manchester United for could do that. And like I was saying, spaces there and also on Twitter now, it was our Rex reward. What do Manchester United go for? Almost call for draw no, to get confidence, and that's when we don't get 3 points now. No, we have more confidence, and that's when the game became a little bit dicey. But for neutrals, I think it was an excellent game. See, like I said, Arne Slot's best job as a manager is in the simplicity of the job that he's doing. And I say simplicity because there is no over elaboration on things, just simple stuff. Isolate your best players in 1v1. Say isolate your best players in 1v1. Allow train to bring through the channel. That's what our best players are. And in build up, in isolating them 1v1, we'll get options. Then we use the best attribute of your players now when they are in 1v1 situations to try and hit your opponents. And yes, systems are good. Or 2 elite center backs were shown that can defend wide areas. So push your fullbacks to go in and when affects the game or affects the game in that regard. It's very important. And like I've been hearing, and Madame for Ruby Nekache Melia and say, in football you can't cover the whole field. In football there is no tactics set up that's perfect. It's always risk reward. Then I hope. So hope BB there you have to give something. Just like in life, hope good life, I have to work hard. Hope BB brother. Then maybe you can relax, you can sit back. So risk reward, but you take risks. I'm trusting me 2 center backs from here elite, to defend the wide channels from us, and that's exactly what they did. McAllister and Curtis Jones joining and leaving the pivot of Gavin Bachewa showed him. Gavin and a Juma Plena from the back, and as a single 6, he has been also very, very important in that regard. Then when you're forward with Mohamed Salah, and that fluidity and then the tactical dynamism, that rotation constantly was shown, I think it's important. And Ange Postecoglou say it's what we call the fluid rigidity. So these are 2 teams playing. It's in a system, but allow them to rotate, allow them to be fluid, allow them to move within the system. And I think that's spot on. You want teams to play in a particular shape in certain zones, but you want the fluidity of that system. And that's exactly what Liverpool have been doing particularly well this season. You will give them a lot of credit for that regard. And I think that Liverpool deserves something for that game. Same for Manchester United also. They did deserve something for that game. And for neutrals, like I did say, it was an exciting one. On the other hand, Real Madrid say they have found out, say, sir, Mbappe goal no share na referee ruling the offside against Valencia de Mestalla. Almost say calculations no man say and you're offside. That's the frame in that referees for you use here in a judging a branch here killing Luton Mbappe offside in terms of the ball free time of ball free Jude Bellingham 9. It was a wrong frame. In Enunti, they've put out their pictures. Said it was wrong. And now they are now branch here killing Luton Mbappe was offside. And that's they've asked the RFEF to go back and then look at it again, do the proper assessment, and then come back and then let them know say almost Real Madrid for them, they were not wrong in that regard. Obviously, and then there is no games in terms of the Spanish La Liga because this weekend you got the Copa del Rey and of course Madrid for a training. They had to travel to go to Saudi Arabia to go and start preparing for games never cost which are games that are going to go on for Manchester team and friend Real Madrid. And Madrid for them are beginning to ask that question of offside ball and something that didn't work out for them. And then only a day off, but the players are all coming back to come and train and then prepare well for some match. And Kylian Mbappe, we need the Madrid fans player of the month of January, of the month of December. And I'll say it was important for him to have won that award, a confidence booster for him. A branch of friend Kylian Luton Mbappe. Senegal will be team winning award for them. It's something that's very important. On the part of FC Barcelona, still no particular new updates with Dani Olmo. Still, he hasn't been able to register by team friend FC Barcelona. Barca will try and see if still the work around the clock to come and get it happening. I mean, there have been some distress from the player end, from a lot of Barcelona fans talking about the fact that the way Dani Olmo is a solid player now. Barca for managing his sana, it's not good enough, and that they need to try and see if they can register branch friend Dani Olmo in that regard. On the part of Chelsea and some BCC, and now maybe catcher said Wesley Fofana told Ninam Fufobi Onimom, who are, I mean, people who are into football. Catcher almost said, or no as a player, on pride. I mean, we're proud, but it's not going to take him the end of the season before he returns to come and play football. Now, when you say in 3 to 4 weeks now, or no Wesley Fofana, he is going to get back and start playing football for Chelsea Football Club. And I go for one catcher and say, now, you who say, Woshe Saabo now, man, say, Woshe Saabo now, what's the name? Sa pre-match press conference now, Enzo Maresca bebe now. You who say Enzo Ababeka say, and now they are born no crabby in your bobby. Inti, what's the problem? No catch him say, oh, Munyan to Basie. And yes, a board meeting me, I can play. Minim Nintia Enzo Maresca, I can't say no can. But a game of football there, meeting me, I can play football, and in 3 to 4 weeks now, I'll be back playing football in that regard, El Honor. And that's exactly what Manchester, what's the name? Branche Freno, what's the Fofana. So, I mean, the bigger question is that Chelsea centre back now, is it that he is just not listening to advice from Chelsea medical team, you know? And I say, it is Enzo Maresca and a person new centre back or the pressure to team, then all of a sudden, he is making it look as if Branche Freno, what's his name? Wesley Fofana cannot retain to the end of the season, or what really is the issue on him, because Chelsea really need a centre back, and only Aaron and Selmeno about they are looking to see if they can get a Branche Freno, Aaron and Selmeno. They are looking to see if Selmeno beats me up why Boba Amon. But already 2 players. In fact, what I'm picking up is that these 2 Chelsea players, Kani Chukwuemeka and Branche Freno, Kenan Drisby Hall, in the last few weeks, especially for Kenan Drisby Hall, Enzo Maresca babe catcher is all yare, and you know correct. Kenan Drisby Hall is not injured on yare. Enzo Maresca just didn't allow the young man to train, or I'm an training for certain reasons. Now, the first reason is that Enzo Maresca doesn't think Kenan Drisby Hall deserves a place when he team him. And it looks as if the boy is also pushing for a place out of the team. Drisby Hall agents named Entourage, the representatives have contacted Chelsea sporting directors, and they told them that promises are more than mine. Said the boy will get game time with Chelsea. You've not fulfilled your promise. And until say still, motion as a boy no born all you be ma ye pamochao munyana nonko. And West Ham have come to ask Chelsea for Kenan Drisby Hall. Same for Kani Chukwuemeka. Chukwuemeka is also subject to leaving Chelsea. In fact, Chukwuemeka there, Chelsea catcher and saying go loan cry. Now go pay body be more baby. Then he will get back later and come and play the football. Now Kani Chukwuemeka is telling Chelsea through his agent and his entourage said he wants permanent minutes into whatever club you ever know. Chelsea in this can now on Kani Chukwuemeka and kosa team no konko bobo. Onye na dream say obet na Chelsea. No on onya games nibbing boys and man on pesa. He wants to go away and go and play some football. Into Chelsea and this can so munyam. Now uncle away the football. He wants permanent football for himself because Onyini for Cesar Casade by Thursday. I am well informed. He said Chelsea may sell Cesar Casade to Torino. Ewe talent Siriani. Now Torino for 9 million plus add-ons. Chelsea said there be almost pay 12 million plus add-ons. Now 12 million plus add-ons now almost pay for a branch of friend Cesar Casade. Almost also pay buyback clause on a branch here. Your friend Cesar Casade in the contract. So and yes, they are not going to take it, or no Chelsea for now are not going to take that amount of money into or patch or catch or and first canimbra. No Brambeji sad deal, Brambeji Abrantia, your friend Cesar Casade and co. So man first is then there's no way they are going to sell Cesar Casade to go to Tima, your friend in Torino, our Italian Serie A. I mean, Chelsea are waiting. I'm very, very hopeful. If you look at the times that's going on now, maybe by Wednesday, Thursday, or baby, Chelsea may do the deal for Abrantia, your friend Cesar Casadei. Like I did mention, Abrantia friend Kenan Dewsbury Hall and Abrantia friend Kani Chuku and Mecca. These two players also, and then Matt Sloan and I reported, said Chelsea are very, very close. They are trying to see if they will listen to offers from Tima, your friend West Ham United, and then maybe they will let these players go away from Chelsea and then go and play for Tima, your friend Manchester, to go and play for West Ham United, or even other games now. That's exactly what Chelsea are trying to do for these players, because the players want to go, and of course that's what wants to happen. The players and if the players want to go there, then that's what they can do. Of course, that's exactly how things have gone on around Liverpool. Chelsea Forum are beginning to get tired. They are really, really beginning to get tired because of the constant matches. Enzo Maresca said on winning set as it stands now, the players never rest take a crap. And once they get to rest, he will get a team fit enough to come and play some good football in the rest of the matches now. So we'll wait to see how that's going to happen over there for Tima, your friend at Chelsea. Exclusive. Sacramento head coach Mark Brisk, why he wants a new challenge over England. Talks to EFL clubs achieving success with low budgets. How Maresca ended his West Bromwich Albion career. Sampdoria influence. Why he wants a new challenge in England. Talks with EFL clubs. Enzo Maresca conversation. Enzo Maresca introduced me to a lifestyle he couldn't maintain. People are talking about it. And then Enzo Maresca called Instagram and I say, thanks for our supporters to be close to the team. Talking about the last game of Coco Boy against Fulham at Chelsea and Enzo Maresca said, thanks to the fans winning matches, but it's just not happening for him, and he'll wait to see if those matches can happen, or maybe they will not be able to happen as it stands now. But if you look at things, Chelsea trying to get things back, the transfer updates and demand, and also of course Liverpool Manchester United 2-2 Madrid for them. I say they want to make sure they bring Trent Alexander in quickly over there to come and play some good football with how they want to play. Whether Liverpool takes out 20 million, it's going to be it. But what a tackle! Changing the game. Harry Maguire, that was the moment for Harry Maguire. He couldn't get a job done, but then of course, social Lenny Yoro, now who's a tackle, and then you understand why Abrantia friend Lenny Yoro is rated highly by a lot of the people who play football around the world. People believe that he's going to be a top centre back over there. Manchester United had the chance to win, but this is where we draw the curtain on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Over there, some good football over there, and how good it was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Of course, we'll be back with all the analysis. But until then, do take care. Bye-bye.